Hey, what's good, everybody out there in BlockPacks land? I wanted to cut a video, haven't done one of these in a little while, and want to kind of give you an update on a lot of things that we have going on so that you can all kind of be in the loop and aware of what's going to be happening. So we just wrapped up drop two. Congratulations to the winners that won in that drop. Pretty exciting there at the end. As you all probably have heard by now, the Sharks ended up with two of the cards, one of which is the Giannis Prism Orange in BGS 10. So we are going to be taking that, and that is going to be a random to our Genesis Frax holders. And so that's going to be something fun, and we'll probably knock that out next week. And we also have coming down the pipe the release of the Kobe Genesis called Mamba. And so one of the things that I want to let you know about Mamba is that we are actually not going to do any open minting of Mamba. So the only way that you're going to be able to have a Mamba edition right now is if you bought the requisite number of packs. Then that's going to be airdropped into your wallet and you're going to have that. Now, we all want to chase some of these higher editions, the diamonds, the rubies, and we are going to set up a promotion for that. And it's going to revolve around the new asset proof that we've been showing in the Discord. And what the asset proof is it is actually imagery of the card itself, and you'll be able to have that token in the collision contract with your Mamba edition, and you'll be able to have both of those in your wallet. So when you look in your wallet, you will be able to see your Mamba edition artwork, and you'll see the card that you have the fractional ownership in. And when you think about the things that will be coming so that we can show off our NFTs, whether it be different gallery views, you'll be able to put your art right next to the card itself, and we'll be able to create that tie-in, I think, a lot better. And I think that's something that we want to do throughout that entire collection, because we want to celebrate both of these things. We want to celebrate the tribute artwork that'll live forever on the blockchain, and we also want to celebrate the assets that we're all proud to own these underlying fractionals of. So going to be working on that, and we're also going to go back and we'll end up doing the same thing for the Jordan. You'll be able to have that as an asset proof as well. And the chase for the higher value Kobe editions is going to revolve around how we're going to deploy that asset proof. And I'll save the exact specifics of that for when we roll it out. But hopefully that's something that you'll find fun and engaging. Hopefully it's going to make that entire product better for you. There's a lot of good stuff coming down the pipe in Collision as a whole. I've told you there are going to be things that are outside of the scope of just the 100 Legend series. This is it's going to have all types of memorabilia tied in it. Some of you've heard me tease the one where we did the astronaut picture. That's coming. That artwork I'm super excited about. That's going to be a great one. We've got some other really cool stuff coming, and then the 100 Legend series is going to continue, and no big secret that Charizard is next up in that. So that's kind of what's happening on that side of things. And hopefully as we get more people engaged in that, holding some different things, they're going to look across and say, oh, I want to go back and get this original Genesis work. I like that Kobe work. The people that have those may like some of the other crossover works. And so hopefully create a whole, a whole series of things that collectors can go after in that. And I think that's going to be really, really fun and energizing. So now back to BlockPacks specifically as it relates to our drops. One of the things that we're going to be doing, and I'm really excited about this, if we have a lot of data in how people are utilizing and participating in the platform. We conduct surveys, we watch all the blockchain activity, we obviously see the activity in the account. So we're trying to learn, and we're trying to build things the way that you want them to. And I've actually taken drop 3 a little bit back to the drawing board, because it was going to roll out with more really big top-end cards, kind of like what we've been seeing so far. And when we look at what you guys are most interested in trading and buying and selling, the velocity where the real high engagement is tends to be in the cards that are in that sub $5,000 price range, really sub $2,500 price range. So we want to bring more of those cards so that people can participate in the later rounds. It's not something where a final 2 token is EV $20,000. Like that really limits the people that can participate there. And it just gives more variety. It's what the data clearly shows, and it's where the engagement is. It doesn't mean we're not going to have some big anchor cards as we go. We will, because I think they're important to help draw people in. They're important to the overall, just the idea of that you can come in and in the RAS sweepstakes, you can hit something that big. It still matters, but the velocity is in kind of some different segments of the card. So I've sent Jacob kind of back to the drawing board on some drop 3 mechanics, and we're going to be making some revisions there. I haven't fully landed yet on what that's going to mean to pack pricing. We're still working on it. We may end up pulling the token count per card down by half. We may start at 1024 so that the economics work, so that we can keep the total drop value in line with what you guys are paying. I mean, we're not looking to cash grab anything here. You know, I think everybody understands we have to move this into a business that has an acceptable margin level. But I'm not just going to cut the value of the cards down and expect to sell them out for the same prices. So we're going to make adjustments there. I don't have all of that shaped yet, but we're working on it with all possible speed because I want to get it out. But we got a lot of data that came out of drop 2, seeing the 1155 token type for the first time, that told us some things that made a lot of sense, and I want to get them out sooner rather than later. So we're looking to make that modification in drop 3 itself. The free packs drop is coming up this week. That'll be the first one that we have without the shark offers in place. The shark offers will not be in place for drop 3. I will not rule out the possibility that they never return, but the data that we have shows us that they are overall not good for the ecosystem. And so we're going to see how that proves in the real world versus hypothetical data. And so we'll see that in the free packs drop, and we'll see that in drop 3. And if anything, you know, we change our mind when the facts change. And right now the facts are telling us that that's something that we shouldn't have, and so we're going to do away with it. If the facts change in an opposite direction, it's not an irreversible decision for the future, because every drop is independent. It could be added back. But right now, where it stands, we're looking to move forward without shark offers in place. They definitely will not be in place in the free drop, and they will not be in place for drop 3. So hopefully by early next week, we'll have some stuff out on the drop 3 pre-sale timing, begin to tell you kind of what the set list looks like. If we're going to have some changes in the token counts, be able to let you know all of that. We will be staying with the 1155 token type. Another change that we're going to make is that the rules for drop 3 will specify that if you do not get your tokens, if you don't open your packs in enough time for those tokens to populate into your MetaMask wallet, if they're left in the custodial wallet, they will be the first ones to eliminate. We've got to get the adoption over into MetaMask and into crypto as a whole. I really want to support people that this is your first project, and I want to talk about that in a minute as well. But I need you to embrace it. And so the folks that have been doing rip and ride, here for the fracks, here for the long term, they're not looking to sell anything, they want to hold the fracks. I have some personal friends that are doing that. They're literally buying in, they're getting their fracks, they're getting their packs. If they win something, they're happy. If they don't, oh, no biggie. And they're going to have to connect, and because what that will allow us to do is on this 1155 token type. Right now, it's really easy to prove on the blockchain proof, this is the wallet, and this is their token 1 for this card. Here's the wallet, and this is their token 2 for the card. We put that file out for everybody to see, and then we run the elimination off of that, and then everybody can see that. The problem is when we have to do a big bulk of these that are sitting in a custodial wallet, you only have that one ID for the custodial wallet that everybody can see. Other than that, it's just us saying this is account 1, this is account 2, account 3, and it's just definitely not as transparent. It's not where I want the transparency to be. And so if we're going to stick with the 1155 token type, which definitely made OpenSea a lot cleaner, that stuff, when we burn the tokens, they actually burn them. When there are offers that were sitting there that when there was a price left on a token that burned, that pricing went away. It was just a lot cleaner experience. And so we want to definitely continue to take advantage of that. And we did see a lot more buy-sell liquidity. It made it a lot easier with that bid-ask on the 1155 token type. So we're going to stick in with that. And I need everybody to get these things into their MetaMask wallet so that we can have the transparency that we all want. You're not going to be able to follow it from A to Z like you could with a 721, meaning I pulled this particular token out of a pack and this particular token ended up as the winner. We will lose that level of granularity. And I wish there was a way we couldn't. I wish we could keep it. I think that's really cool. I like seeing that this person paper handed it and it ended up winning, and it's a fun dynamic, and I definitely don't deny that. But the trade-off of that is that we end up with 100,000 tokens stuck in OpenSea that they won't burn, they won't remove the prices for. It's just for those who are here in Alpha and Genesis, you saw it. It's just an absolute cluttered mess, and so that's why the 1155 token type is better there. We give up a little bit of that history of where the card came out of, where the token came out of a pack and where it ended up. Everything can be provably fair along the way. That's not a problem. But that one-to-one, this came out of a pack and this is either won or lost at the end, we won't be able to have that with the 1155s. It's just a limitation. But the positives of that token type significantly offset the negatives, and that was an overwhelming choice too in the survey we did. So the data already supported that we needed to stay with that, and I kind of wanted a little bit of a sanity check, and that sanity check came in very aggressively from the community. The community overwhelmingly preferred that. I think we would all love to see that pack to finish Provenance, but trade-off of not having OpenSea be a complete mess, everyone seemed to prefer the 1155. So that's where we are with some things related to the specific drop mechanics. Looking forward to that. One of the things that we're going to be doing, and we're going to really be focused on, the people that came into our community and went through the alpha drop and all the pain we had there, swimming and crawling through glass to get everything to work there, and then Genesis with the hiccups we had there. Drop 2 we got through really clean, except for that one glitch at the first elimination where some people were still ripping packs after the contract was closed. We didn't shut the pack rip off, and that ended up losing us a day. Other than that, it went really smooth. So we're getting to the point where I think we can really begin to hit this stuff on a nice, smooth cadence. One of the things that we need to do is the people that were there for Alpha, that were there for Genesis, you've been through all of that now, and you've seen it evolve, and you know how to work the different aspects of the systems. You know how to work your MetaMask wallet. You know how to trade. You know how to buy and sell, and it's a fun, enjoyable experience for the vast majority of people that are in the BlockPax ecosystem. Now, when we onboard new people, they're going to have a lot of the same pain points. So what we're going to do is we're going to establish a dollar packs product that will drop with more frequency. And my goal with the dollar packs product is going to be that we are going to set the set list, and we are going to sell about half to 70% of it to new people that we go out and acquire through ads to bring them into our ecosystem, the same way a lot of you found your way into the ecosystem. And then I want to take that last 50% or 30%, and I want to invite those of you who are already in to just come over. And if you want to, these aren't going to be super high value cards. It'd be more like kind of like alpha drop cards. But if you want to come over and participate, you come over and you can grab the rest of those dollar packs. And then what that will do is it will combine these new people that need to be onboarded with our existing community that knows how everything works. And you folks will be able to trade with these people, help onboard these people, and that's going to help everything. It's going to be more liquidity for everything in our ecosystem, whether it be a Frax, whether it be something in Collision, whether it be the tokens that you're getting out of your packs for those of you that have been here since the beginning. All of that, just getting that new blood back in. And of course, being able to accept credit cards will be a big part of bringing those people in. And credit cards are a huge pain point in the crypto space right now. Banks are not crypto friendly. So we have been working really hard behind the scenes to get our credit card processing all buttoned up in a way that we can get it and have it and not have to worry about a problem with it again in the future. I am hopeful that that is ready to go here very soon. And when it is, that's when we'll be shaping up these products to roll these out. I'm not going to give you an exact time frame on it because there's some things that are outside of my control, but hopefully sooner rather than later, we'll be deploying that. And you can tell your friends that want to come try this. A big part of what we're going to do in this, if you come in and buy some dollar packs, you buy 25, 50, 100, I think we're going to cap it at 100. So you come in, you buy 25 packs. If you rip your packs and you're unhappy, we will give you a refund and we'll eliminate your entries at the first elimination. That's my plan. Now, there will be 3 things that you have to do in order to be eligible for that refund. You have to connect your account with your MetaMask. You have to link your MetaMask to OpenSea, and you have to join the Discord. If you do those 3 things and you're unhappy when you open your packs, we'll gladly refund you because we're not the project for you. The people that do those three things are overwhelmingly enjoying this process. And so we believe that if we run a campaign that revolves around those goals, get people to get some tester packs that are low price point, something that everybody can afford, then tell them, get into the Discord, link your wallets up, and rip them open. And if you're not happy at that point, we'll get you out. And I just don't think we're going to have a lot of people get out. I just think if they do those three things and they're in this community and they're interacting with you all in the Discord, they're going to enjoy this. And it's just way better. I understand for some people, they're like, I don't like Discord. I don't understand it. I get it. It's new. It's different. It's organized a little bit different. But it's so much better for this than what, say, Facebook is. Facebook is really not a good customer service channel for our product. I don't go on it. Frankly, I hate Facebook. I despise it. And it's just not a good channel for this. And so, we're gonna really try to focus on, if you want to participate in what we're doing, we need you to be willing to participate in the Discord. We need you to be willing to link your wallets and stuff. You can't just do the rip and ride thing. And if you don't want to do those things, fine, then we're not the project for you. But I think if we can do those things and we have a really good steady stream of onboarding, we're doing these dollar pack rips, get a couple of those in between our bigger elite rips, and then we onboard a bunch of people through the dollar packs. And then when we rip the bigger elite drop, a lot of these people that have come in through these dollar packs, they're not in yet. So their only way to participate is going to be to participate on that secondary market with you guys. Get in, buy some of your tokens, and then do buying and trading. So certainly, I think you probably all can see the benefit of having all that new blood coming into the ecosystem. So that's going to be a big focus on what we're going to do. There's still some developmental hurdles in that to make sure that we can do these on the cadence that we want to, have it not interfere with the bigger elite drops. How do we fit these things into the calendar? We may probably only going to have time to maybe do $1 pack before the next, before drop 3 actually happens. And then maybe after that, we can get to where we can do a couple of them. But just kind of trying to have that steady stream of people coming into the ecosystem. And hopefully as they come in, if they follow those big 3 steps, 95% of them are happy and they stick with us. And that's what the data tells us should happen, because at its core, the product is really engaging for people. We can see it. We can see it in data. We can see how much activity is happening in the tokens. So we see that engagement. And there's no reason that more people coming in won't have that same engagement. We just need to duplicate that and then do it at scale. And that's how we scale our entire ecosystem up. So from a state of block packs, that's how you can expect us to begin working on a lot of demand build. Once we have those available, tell your friends. If people have been on the fence and they haven't wanted to do it, they're like, I've heard that's hard, whatever, give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. You got 3 steps. Do those 3 steps. And if you're unhappy, imagine ripping Panini wax and getting a refund when you don't hit a Ja or Zion. Right? I mean, it's kind of unheard of, but I'm that confident that if we get people that far, they're not going to want their tokens to eliminate. They're going to want to stick it out, especially if they've gotten that far. And then they see it, and then they start trading with you guys, and they get that little energy and dopamine hit, and then they get close to the end, and they start seeing what it's like at a Final 4, Final 8. Those things will be really cool and engaging, and I think that'll really help propel our ecosystem forward. And so one other thing that we're doing, we've launched the new fractionals contract, which is where we will put 2 different types of fractional assets. The first will be what we're referring to as heirlooms, where they have some significance. The Jackie Robinson is an heirloom. That's a PSA 353 Jackie. Not a world beater card, but it's the first one. And it's the first Frax of Jackie, and it's the one that kind of started the whole thing. And so we've got that set with a really high strike price and a really long term to take it off, because we want that to be on chain. Because we want people to own it, and we want people to have a connection to it and have a connection to what it means beyond maybe just the card itself. We've got some more heirloom Fraxes that are coming here next week. I've talked about that in the Discord. For people that hold the Jackie Robinson, you will be able to get a really cool, I've teased that it's 5 black label cards, BGS black labels. We've done a lot of PSA, and we give BGS a little bit of love here. 5 really awesome black labels. They're obviously super rare because black labels are inherently super rare. And those are all going to be heirlooms. And then behind that, we're going to have some stuff where it's a fractional where you come in and it's a short term. And on those short term plays, we have a specific exit date. We have a strike price that is more of a reasonable appreciation over what the card is worth today. And you're going to be able to then make some decisions if you want to hold a piece of a Patrick Mahomes that you know has got a strike price that's only double what it's worth today, and it's got a 5-year window. One of two things is going to happen. It's either going to hit that doubled up strike price in 5 years if he plays well and keeps winning Super Bowls, or it's just going to auction in year 5 and you're going to get your ETH. And so those will be a kind of a little bit different from the heirloom Fraxes. And so we're going to have those two things coming out of the fractional product. But the overall goal is to just to continue to give you all things that you can enjoy. The game mechanic of the Raz sweepstakes, I think we're onto something really special there. People seem to really love it. We want to get that. Now that the shark offers are out of the way, I can price that with more certainty. So if we want to try to maintain a 25% margin, I can look at it and say, okay, I've got a 25% margin on this. I don't have to worry about what the shark offers are going to do or not going to do. When we look at the way we build those out, it will just make that a lot easier for us. And we can also be far more transparent dealing with you all because we don't have to be adversarial to you as a shark anymore. So when we publish the cards, we're actually going to start publishing them with our estimated values on the tokens themselves. So a lot more clarity to the market on what the physical card is worth, and then to the extent that you want to place any additional blockchain premiums on it or not, that'll be up to you. But we're going to try to really help with those comp values, and that's going to be important because we've got a surprising number of people in our ecosystem that like what we're doing with NFTs. They like sports. They like the idea of this digital collecting. They don't have to hold these cards. They've never held physical cards before because they didn't want to keep up with them. But they like this, but they have no idea what the cards are worth. And so they're trying to figure that out. And so we're going to try to help with that more. And if we remove the shark component, that's another benefit that we're going to be able to have there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that level of data and transparency to some of these new users that may not be quite as plugged in. And some of you OG card guys might be like, hey, no, don't do that. That's my competitive advantage. And you're still going to have that because it's going to be a range, right? But we already kind of have it with the gold and the red tiers. It kind of tells you that the card, where it is in a value, in overall relative value. But we want to try to get those bands narrowed down a little bit more and help the community. And I think that'll be overall good for everybody. I'm not trying to cut anybody's competitive advantage out, but I think overall that'll be good. So just trying to think, is there anything else? I think I hit the big points on how we're looking to build demand, and more people in the packs. That's more people that want Frax. That's more people that want Collision, and all of that kind of ties back together. And so hopefully you guys are excited about the road ahead. I hope you're enjoying your time together. I love seeing the friendships that are being born in the Discord, and the sense of community that we have in there is just awesome, and can't wait to see that continue to grow and continue to get new blood. And we want to make sure that new blood that comes in, that they're a good cultural fit with what we have. If people come in there and they start being rude or jerks, we're going to banhammer them. We're going to it's going to stay a happy place even as it scales. And I've committed that I've told the mods that that's what I want them to make sure that they do. And if anybody really wants to be a futter and complainer, they can go do it on their own Twitter. But we're going to try to keep any reasonable discussions will always be entertained. But it's a good place. People are friendly with each other. We've had very, very few problems, and we definitely want to keep it that way. So excited about the road ahead, and I think that'll kind of wrap it up for this one. Only 23 minutes, not too bad. Talk to you guys later.